Hello, everyone, and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Virgo. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Virgos, please. All right, we have the Empress coming through. All right, Taurus and Libran energy. They're also showing up as the Nine of Pentacles, Venus and Virgo energy. Oh, Virgo, all right. They're viewing you as the Three of Wands. Okay. Some of you might meet this person traveling, or I don't know, you could be at a distance from them. And we see the connection, the Three of Cups. This is going to be a lot of fun, Virgo. A lot of fun. Pay attention to this number sequence, 333 coming out, multiples of 3, and we have the number 9 coming through, and we have the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like this is somebody who's maybe been holding back in love. I don't necessarily get that they're picky in a bad way, but this person is really discerning about whom they allow into their life. And Virgo, you pass the test, right? You check their boxes. This is somebody who has stability. They have abundance. They're very attractive. This is somebody who doesn't chase, but they certainly will go after what they want. This is somebody who's looking for growth and expansion. This certainly, Virgo, can be a divine counterpart, someone you're meant to be with long term. I also think this is going to be a really fun connection. All right, so we see the Moon card, Cancer, Pisces energy. This could be a secret admirer, or this could be somebody who's spent some time, just admiring you, Virgo, checking you out, falling in love with you. So it may come as a shock and a surprise that they have these feelings for you. The Moon card tells me with this Cancer, Pisces energy that this person is very loving, they're creative, they're nurturing, really strong divine feminine energy here. Now, my readings are not meant to be gender specific, but this is somebody who's like fertile, they're abundant, like I said, creative, loving, nurturing, deeply romantic. All right, and we see the Four of Swords. I love this energy. Pay attention to repeating numbers here, Virgo, because we definitely have now double fours, triple threes. This person is going to feel like home to you. This person prioritizes peace. Like I said, the Four of Swords, this person's not in a rush. This person knows their worth and their value, but they also know quality when they see it. And that's absolutely what they see in you, Virgo. The Four of Swords tells me this person is calm. There's like a quiet confidence here to this person. And how you're going to be feeling, the Page of Wands in reverse. This person might make you feel a little bit nervous, Virgo. Not because you can't measure up, but just because they're a powerful person. Like they're calm, they're self-assured, they're grounded, they're abundant. Page of Wands energy in reverse. You might meet this person, though, at a time as well when you're not so sure about a relationship. Maybe you're enjoying being single. Maybe you're enjoying doing some traveling, just kind of doing you for a little bit here. So it may come in as a shock or a surprise or just kind of unexpectedly. Also, the fact that this person has these very deep feelings for you, Virgo, might feel unexpected because I don't think they show it too much, right? Not that they're not guarded, but this is somebody who's, a secret admirer, and they've probably kept their feelings quite secret. I do want you to know that this person is also very independent. So I don't see that this, you might be worried about codependency, maybe because that's what you've dealt with in the past, or you're just enjoying your freedom and your independence. But I feel like you've got a very strong match coming towards you, Virgo. Ooh, I love this energy. All right, we see life partner. Are you surprised? I am not surprised, Virgo. A mutual love with a partner who shares your vision for the future. This connection is meant to be a long-term one. Yeah, this person, I'm not saying they don't do short-term. Sometimes we can't control that, right? But, or one can't control that. But this is somebody who's definitely looking for the one. All right. Now, this person could be a widow or a widower. You may also meet them after a period of loss, or they're in a period of recovery. So that could be emotional, that could be physical, that could be financial. All right. And we see Taurus energy. Again, not surprised, because the Empress is or embodies that Venusian energy, which is Taurus and Libra. And we see Pisces energy. Ooh, Virgo. All right. So an air of mystery surrounds this watery sign. And we do see that with the Moon card. And though they can be quiet, their thoughts and emotions run deep. All right. The Nine of Pentacles here tells me that this person is single. They're available, they're healthy, they take good care of themselves, and it shows, but they take good care of themselves inside and out. They have a type of beauty or handsomeness or attractiveness, let's put it, that comes from somebody who's balanced, somebody who's in alignment, somebody who knows their self-worth. And like I said, they also recognize value when they see it. But this is somebody who's, who's not codependent here. They may be slender. Now remember, these really specific messages, Virgo, they're not going to resonate with all of you, but they will be confirmation for some of you. All right. You are going to be on their mind and in their heart. And I feel like that might be for a while. Again, I don't think this person's going to wait too long, though. This is not somebody who drags their feet, but they're a secret admirer, or they start off that way. So you're going to be on their mind and in their heart. They only have eyes for you. All right, and it's love at first sight. But they know from the minute they meet you, Virgo. They know. We see this person being artistic and creative. Absolutely. Artistic and creative energy. So maybe, they're a creative, or they're an artist, or they just embody that energy. All right, what else do my Virgos need to know about this person? What else do my Virgos need to know about this person? Okay, your paths will cross after you make some sort of final decision. So this could be a move, this could be a job change, this could be, I'm going to start going to the gym, okay? Something like that. Maybe you're going to buy a home, sell a home. All right, this person may have more vowels than consonants in one of their names, or there might be something about the vowels in their name that stick out, like they have a lot of them, or they have, maybe double A's, like an ethnic name or foreign name for you. All right, let's see. This person may be vegetarian, or they're just a healthy eater. They care where they source their food from. They care about what they put into their body. All right, and they like to use their middle name here. Okay, so they might go by their middle name. They might add it to their first name. And we see that your paths will cross when some sort of holiday is in season here, Virgo. So it could be a holiday, like a bank holiday or a federal holiday, but it could also be, like some sort of party or celebration, a birthday party, a wedding, going out and celebrating a raise with some, coworkers or something. All right, what else do we need to know? What else do we need to know about this person? Yeah, this person is coming towards you. They might travel, or maybe you travel, but I feel like they're in your community. I feel like for a lot of you, they may be around you. Or it's a short journey to get to you is what I'm getting. We see despair. Yep, this person might be somebody who knows heartache, despair, loss, poverty, but they're not in that energy now, but they do have an edge because of that. They've had maybe a tough past here. All right. And we see family room. Yeah. But this person may value their connection with their family. They might have their own home. They might want to have a family. This person really does want, they want stability. They want to build. They want to grow. Blend families. They want you to be a part of their family. They want to be a part of your family. All right. At the bottom of the deck, we get message of concern. This person might kind of act a little bit unbothered in the beginning, but they're bothered. They're hot and bothered here. No, but seriously, they you don't know how deep this person's feelings run for you, Virgo. Okay, and they kind of have that like quiet calm and confidence, but beneath the surface, they're definitely way more emotional and maybe a little bit more nervous than they give off. with the Three of Wands here, this is how they're viewing you. They see growth and expansion with you. They love that you like to either travel or just like learn about new people, new cultures, new cuisines, that you're constantly learning and growing. You both might travel a lot for work, so you might kind of get each other, right? You might have similar, lifestyles. I also feel with the Three of Wands here, Virgo, like you are what this person has been waiting for. We see the Hanged Man energy, Pisces. So you both could have Pisces in your chart. But I just feel like you both have similar lifestyles. Like you both might enjoy yoga. You both might, be gym rats. You both might prefer to, go for walks or, be in the outdoors. Or you both might be very creative. You both might be very spiritual. I feel like you're extremely compatible. And I feel like this person is kind of hanging out in your energy for a little bit before you realize it or before you know how deep their feelings run for you. But this person sees you as wise. This person sees you as, I was going to say flexible. I know that sounds so silly, but, being a mutable energy, that's what I mean. Not just because he's doing yoga here on this card, but, but like they see you as flexible. So they see you as mutable, which Virgo energy is mutable energy. So they love that you're not too fixed. You're not too stubborn, that you can go with the flow. They see you as creative, loving, and selfless as well. And we see the Two of Pentacles, but, there might be something here about you coming in and out of their life. I don't know if you travel a lot for work or you have like kind of I don't know if you work a job where your shifts change frequently. Like sometimes you're on nights, sometimes you're on days. That's of course not going to be for all of you. The Two of Pentacles, this person might be a little bit worried that you're holding back because you have other options or you're not so sure about them. They also see you, Virgo, that you can handle a lot. So they might meet you at a time when you're working 2 jobs, you're trying to get a business off the ground, or with this Two of Pentacles, like you just have a lot of responsibilities. You're just kind of doing it all and making it look easy, but it's definitely not a particularly sustainable energy. So some of you might be looking for a house. They could work in real estate, or maybe you meet somehow through, real estate, but it could be too, like you're looking for a new home, or let's say you, like an example, right? Like you have a new job, but you haven't quite been able to move close enough to that job. So you have like a really long, ridiculous commute or something like that. All right. That's just a super specific message. How my Virgos are going to be feeling. 7 of Cups. You're going to be feeling like you've manifested this, Virgo. But I also feel like there may be elements of confusion. Like it might feel like it's too good to be true. All right. You might feel like, can I really trust this? And I know my Virgos out there, you're discerning. You don't normally just go rushing into things, right? You're going to review your little checklists, and I can poke mild fun at Virgos because I'm a Virgo rising, right? Your pros and cons lists. All right, let's see. I do feel some of you, some of you, if you've written down, for example, in like a manifestation exercise, what, the type of person that you want to be with, I feel like if you were to look back at that, for those of you who have done that this person is going to check a lot of those boxes, if not all of them. Oops. All right, I'm pulling from the wrong deck. I started to get all excited over there. All right, let's see. What does this person really, really like about you, Virgo? What do they really like? What are they most attracted to about my Virgos? Gambler energy. They love that that you follow your intuition even when others doubt you. So you're self-confident, you're self-assured, you're intuitive, you take calculated risks as well. And they see you as an advocate, Virgo. So you put your money where your mouth is. Inspires you to put compassion into action. All right, so they see you as compassionate. Some of you volunteer, or you just stand up for you and yours and your beliefs. And look at that, we get artistic coming through. So there's this similar lifestyles. You two are very similar in a lot of ways. All right, because they're showing up as artistic, and they love that about you. So you both are quite creative, even if you don't actually make art or paint or what have you. But that they see you as somebody expressing a dimension of life that's just beyond the 5 senses and inspiring others to see life symbolically. Yes, beautiful. All right, we have the Three of Cups here. So this is gonna be like a very fun connection. It's gonna be really fun to be with each other. I feel like dating this person is gonna be a lot of fun. If there's some sort of distance or there's some like scheduling issues here, like, you know, maybe sometimes you work nights and you don't get to see them for a week or 10 days or whatever, when you guys get together, you are going to make the most of it. And some of you, maybe they're in a different city, state, or country, and so like when you guys see each other, it's so much fun. Like, it's so worth the wait. And look at this, I have the Three of Cups next to the Seven of Cups. So even if there's a little bit of confusion here, Virgo, it feels like this could really lead to marriage. And we do have that life partner energy. And whether it's traditional marriage or it's just a long-term connection, I definitely see a happy life here together. This connection invites emotional openness. Courage is required to stay present. All right, so you are you maybe not at first, but you know, you're gonna be able to be vulnerable with this person, Virgo. Yeah. This person understands their capacity and communicates it clearly. Transparency builds trust. Yeah, this person is grounded in reality. All right. They know what they can and can't do. They know how many times they can come and visit you, or they know, you know, how many times a week you two can get together in order to honor each other's schedules, things like that. Responsibilities, lifestyles. And we see room to unfold. This connection benefits from spaciousness and patience. I do feel that way. What is meant to deepen will do so without force. I think you both are gonna trust this, and this room to unfold feels like it's, you know, the circumstances under which you meet. I don't know if there's distance or you're like in the midst of some sort of transformation, or they are, whatever it is. This connection benefits from spaciousness and patience. There's no codependency here. And I feel like when you two get together, you make the most of it. It feels amazing. And it's like low pressure, but I also feel like you're both like loyal and committed. I like this energy so much for you, Virgo. This person approaches connection with curiosity rather than assumption. Growth matters to them. And this is somebody who actually cares, okay? This is somebody who actually cares about who you are, your past, what your goals are, what you want for the future, all right? And at the bottom of the deck here, we see this connection asks for steady, intentional participation, because it may not always be easy, right? It doesn't feel like it's something that necessarily just falls into your lap, but it's a powerful connection. And alignment grows through consistent care, not intensity. So not to say that there isn't going to be intensity here, Virgo, there certainly will be. But what I do see is that like the consistency here builds trust. You know, the time you take to get to know each other, you know, talking to each other, spending time with each other. And then, you know, somebody who's really quite steady, just as steady as you are. You know, they don't change it up on you. You know, they're consistent. You know what you're going to get here with this person. All right, let's see. What else do my Virgos need to know here? We see bonding. There it is. A repeating message. As you get to know each other, you discover many things in common. Memento, this is a gift from the universe. This person may give you a small gift, or, you know, they might give you a small gift on your first date. Maybe they already have, if you know who I'm talking about. I love this energy, Virgo. I feel like it's perfect for you. Your worth doesn't depend on the other person, and their worth doesn't depend on you. And that's why you two are coming together, because you're both in this self-assured, high vibrational energy where you don't really need anybody. You've learned that lesson, right? You're both independent, but you want somebody who regulates your nervous system, somebody who adds to your peace, doesn't take away from it. And it feels like that's exactly what you have here. We see love language, physical touch. So when you two are together, it is going to be very loving and very affectionate. But I kind of feel like you might go some time without being able to be around each other. And again, maybe because of work schedules, maybe because of distance, you know, you name it. Because I don't see this as you get together and you just can't ever leave each other's sides, and, you know, it's a super intense energy. I mean, there's intensity here, but it's like in a mature way. I love this for you, Virgo, because it's what builds trust. It's what adds, or what leans into that longevity here of this connection. So we see it's time to let it go. So there might be something that you need to let go of. Now is not the right timing, Virgo, but it will be happening this year. Now, I know that's really vague, so it's probably going to be different for each and every one of you. But Virgo, this is definitely a connection. No matter when it comes in, it's going to be worth the wait. All right, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.